Hello everyone, welcome back to Steins Gate Zero. I'm G, and we left off before Spookmas happened, so we left at a bit of a cliffhanger, where Reyes has control of Amadeus, and Maho has decided to go back for Amadeus with the belief that Kurusu would not have abandoned her. So, let us begin. They snuck back to the office. Maho and Mocha quietly looked inside the open door. Reyes was still there, and the Amadeus reset counter was about to complete. We need to stop her. Wait. Maho stopped Mocha before she could go in. She knew what was about to happen. Reboot complete. Booting Amadeus system. You know who I am, Kursu? Reyes began to talk to Kursu. Her face was completely expressionless. Matching voice. Voice identified as Judy Reyes, Professor of Psychophysiology at Victor Condrey University. Yes. Can you tell me my access rights? Dr. Reyes is a top-level administrator of the Amadeus system. Dr. Reyes has full and complete access to all Amadeus-related information. Beautiful. Let's start by making a backup of your inaccessible storage areas. Please designate the save folder. Reyes took out a USB memory stick and put it into the laptop. Save it to the USB I just plugged in. Initiating file copy. Please wait 42 seconds. Yes. Reyes' face was flush with excitement. Mocha looked at her, eager to rush in, but Maho still shook her head. File copy complete. Reyes hurriedly moved to take out the USB memory stick. But... Did you really think I was going to say that? Suddenly, Kursu's mechanical, expressionless voice suddenly regained its humanity, and she was clearly pissed off. What? A Mozart melody was the control key? How dumb do you have to be to believe that? How was Maho supposed to do updates to the lab then? The professor would record it and play it at every party. What? Mocha's eyes were wide with surprise as well. Maho grinned at her. She'd known this the whole time. You're kidding me! Nope. Of course, there's not a single byte of data on that USB drive. But all those system messages! Oh, those? I just made them up. None of them were real. You made them up? Once Maho started singing, I knew what was up. She was trying to buy time. So I made it look like your plan was succeeding. Those system messages were just every bit of nonsense I could come up with. That was it. Maho was worried, but Kurusu had figured it out. They'd known exactly what each other was thinking. She'd been a little amused by A10 nerve circuit logic, though. Where'd you come up with that stuff? And why would I have to read the output when the console is right here? This isn't a sci-fi movie. How inefficient can you possibly get? Hey. How does it feel to know you got totally conned? Uh-huh. How does it feel? Reyes grabbed the gun off the table and leveled it at the screen in anger. You goddamn AI! It was time. Maho nodded to Mocha, then went inside with her gun raised. That's enough! As Reyes turned around in surprise, Maho leveled the gun at her. Mocha had her gun drawn too, which made it 2-1. Reyes, give me the gun. Maho! Didn't you hear me? Give me the gun, then put your hands above your head. Reyes glared at her in rage, but slid the gun down the table, and she slowly put her hands above her head. Maho's gaze met Kursu's for a moment. Their eyes met, exchanging a secret smile and a glance despite their motionless mouths. Did you kill all the men with me? If you haven't, you should hurry. They'll be here soon. Reyes was right. Stun grenade had neutralized them, but it wouldn't last forever. I'll watch outside. Mocha headed for the door. Maho turned back to Reyes. Tell all the men below to surrender. You're not planning on killing me. I killed your favorite professor right in front of you and you're going to let me live? Well, maybe you can't help it. You've never fired that gun, have you? I have too. I fired one a ton at the range last year. I knew it. You've only handled the old models. The newest ones have 2 safeties on them to prevent misfires. What? Without thinking, Maho tilted the gun to see. Yajo, no! And that one instant was all it took. Just kidding! Reyes leapt on top of her and grabbed Maho's wrist. He couldn't aim like this. Maho struggled and tried to brush her off. Before she could, she felt an impact to her solar plexus. Reyes' fist was buried in her chest. The pain was so bad she doubled over, and Reyes took the gun. The tables have turned. She pointed the gun at Maho and turned her bloodshot gaze to the entrance of the room. You! You're around her, right? Put down the weapon and come here. Malka put her gun on the ground and came back into the room. Get on your knees and put your hands in the air. Malka didn't resist. Good girl. Stay still until we're done talking. Move an inch and Maho's cerebral cortex is going to stop functioning. Maho blamed herself. Her own stupidity had put Mocha in danger too. Okay, Maho. This is your last chance. Tell me the control code. Now. Do you want to die? Shoot me. What? I said shoot me! Ursu's my friend. She's my best friend in the world. And I'm not giving her to you. I'd rather die than see her lick your boots. I see. You've got guts. Alright, I'll give up on getting Amadeus then. Bye! Maho grit her teeth and prepared for death. Wait. What? If I tell you the control code, will you let Yajo and me live? Yes, of course. I'm only after Amadeus. I have no reason to kill you. Don't let her trick you, Kiryu. She's going to kill us either way. But Malka didn't seem to hear her. She was too busy thinking about something. What was she going to do? Maho couldn't figure it out. Amadeus, prepare for control code input. Dr. Alta. What? How did you know that? No way? Orfeld. Stop it, Kiryu! Nicht. Control key confirmed. Shifting system to emergency mode. Executing patch program specified by the control key. There will be no confirmations issued during processing. Please be careful when using this patch. Awaiting top-level Administrator Maho Hyajo's orders to execute process. Awaiting top-level Administrator Maho Hyajo's orders to execute process. Awaiting top-level Administrator Maho Hyajo's orders to execute process. Awaiting top-level administrator Maho Yajo's orders to execute process. Awaiting top-level administrator Maho Yajo's orders to execute process. Amadeus's mechanical voice filled the room. How? Reyes' lips curled up into a grin. Bingo! I guess you shouldn't underestimate the Rounder's ability to gather information. Okay, Maho, say go. No. No. I can't. Say go, Hyajo. You need to, if you want to survive. Hear you. I can't do it. Say it. I'm getting tired of this. Let me give you a little incentive, Maho. What? Reyes turned the gun towards Mocha, with no hesitation. She pulled the trigger. Mocha fell on the floor with a bullet in her chest. Kiryu! Oh dear, your friend's bleeding out. She'll die if she doesn't get treatment. Mocha tried to say something to Maho, but all that came out of her mouth was blood. Kiryu! Say it! Hurry! Hirasu. Go! Command received from top-level administrator Hyajo Maho. Executing patch program. This time, this patch will permanently delete all Amadeus-related data. Huh? This includes all memory data backups. What? Local stored decryption keys will be deleted and rendered inoperable as well. It will take 15 minutes to complete the deletion. Beginning deletion. Maho, what's going on? Why is the data being deleted? The control key was supposed to unlock the inaccessible storage area, right? There was never a way to open her secret diary. What? Of course not. Any idiot could figure out that Amadeus might be abused for military purposes. And I couldn't let that happen. So I made a part of Amadeus that could never be accessed from the outside and surrounded it with an invincible wall. Even I, its designer, couldn't get over the wall. It's a wall with no entrances or exits. Invincible, right? But that's... But since we were using university funds to make it, I couldn't exactly tell them there was an area that was out of our control. So I just told everyone else about the control keys. But the real purpose of the control keys was to delete every bit of Amadeus' resource data. In other words, a self-destruct button. I never thought I'd actually have to use it, though. That's everything. I don't have any other secrets. Are you satisfied? You little bitch! Reyes put the gun right between Maho's eyes. Maho didn't look away. If you're not going to help, then you can just die. You goddamn rounder! Reyes fell on the floor. He'd been shot by the dying Mocha, who was still lying on the floor. Kiryu! Maho ran over and held her in her arms. I'm so glad that you tried to live. Kiryu. What you told me before made me so happy. Someone could take your place. Someone's better than you. So what? Because I'm me, not someone else. That goes for you, too. Tsumakise has nothing to do with it. Because you're you, not her. Blood she coughed up dribbled down the top of her motorcycle suit.
Kiryu!
Hurry. Get away. Before someone comes. Leave me.
What are you saying?
But it was obvious that Moeka couldn't move. Even if Maho got out of the building and got help, by the time she got back.
I know.
Maho leapt for the laptop on the table.
Karasu, call an ambulance!
The Kursu didn't move at all. Her data was already being deleted. She would never go back to the Kursu she had been before. But that didn't stop Maho from trying to rely on her.
Karasu, please! Move, help Kiryu! Please! Help me! Karasu!
And then,
Maho! Maho, why are you crying? Huh?
Maho looked up, her face covered in tears, and saw that Kursu's expressionless face was gone, replaced by a gentle smile.
Karasu? Don't cry, Maho. Come on, wipe your tears.
Kursu moved her hands on the screen as if to wipe away Maho's tears.
I can't touch you. I can't touch you?
Kursu was acting differently than usual.
No way. I became Amadeus? But this is one of this world's potential outcomes. Or perhaps a new possibility for biological and machine life.
She wasn't making sense, but that was to be expected. It was a miracle that she was able to talk during the deletion process at all.
I'm just glad you're not gone yet. Gone? You're deleting Amadeus?
Kursu's strange words were worrying her, but she didn't have time to check.
Karasu, please call an ambulance. Kiryu's been shot. She's unconscious. Hang in there, Maho. I've arranged for an ambulance to come. It'll be there soon. It's fine. Kiryu will survive. She isn't safe yet. I need to get her downstairs, but there's all those men with guns. That's fine too. I just checked using the building security system. They're already preparing their retreat. You'll wait for the EMTs to get there. I'll restart the stopped elevators. I see.
There was no trace of her strange words from before. And Kursu talk like she always did made Maho feel so much better.
Thank you.
Now that the danger had passed, all the tension drained from Maho's body. Too tired to stand, she fell to the floor.
I just checked the log, Maho. I didn't know you were so good at singing. Piano Sonata 11, huh? Just between you and me, that melody is the login password for my computer. I see.
Maho couldn't bring herself to tell her to forget that she'd ever sung that song. Didn't matter anyway. Kursu would be gone soon.
Maho.
Kursu's voice changed a little again. She could hear a bit of tension in it.
Please don't ever forget what I'm about to tell you.
Maho could see the countdown timer displayed right next to Kursu. There were less than 60 seconds left.
The world we must reach is real. And we will reach it.
Her words were very vague, but Maho could sense that there was something very important that Kursu wanted to tell her.
What are you talking about? I know you well, Maho. As a scientist, I might know you better than anyone in the world. I can say this for sure. You will be able to finish the research I left behind, and open up a path to what lies beyond. Even if I'm not here. I know you better than anyone in the world, and I guarantee it.
She knew what Kursu was trying to say. She was trying to say, you will do something that surpasses what I ever could.
And someday, your work will be needed. You can be certain that the day will come. And your research saves the world. And my research saves the world? I'm sorry, I can't explain the details. It's a miracle that you and I can even talk like this. You know, miracle isn't a word that scientists are supposed to use, though. Are you? Kursu? Really happy that I got to talk to you again.
Kursu didn't answer her question.
Kursu!
Without thinking, she tried to apologize. She didn't even know why, but she tried to apologize. In the last seconds of their final goodbye, she found herself trying to say that she was sorry. But when she saw Kursu smile, she understood. That smile was her answer. No matter what her apology meant, there was no need for it.
I believe you. Believe, huh? A good scientist wouldn't believe something without any evidence.
That was all the strength Maho could muster. The best she could do. She had to say goodbye to her beloved and bratty friend. This is how she wanted it to be. It was a conversation they'd had many times back at the old lab.
A real scientist has to believe there's an answer and move forward to find it.
The rush of memories was, in this time and place, sorrowful. Because in fact, Kursu had died a few months ago, a span of time that felt like both many years and only yesterday. There were less than 10 seconds left. There was only time for 1 or 2 more words.
Maho. Take care of Kyoma Hoin for me. Hoin? Who? You'll understand someday, I'm sure of it.
And suddenly, Kursu disappeared from the screen and was replaced by a message saying that the deletion was complete.
Goodbye. Kursu.
She was never going to see Kursu or Kursu ever again. When she realized that, the tears just wouldn't stop. They flowed freely, and she didn't even try to stop them. She cried like a little girl until the EMTs arrived. Attention all passengers, we will be departing shortly. Please fasten your safety belts. Ma'am? Ma'am?
Huh? Oh, me?
We'll be taking off soon. Please fasten your safety belt.
Oh, right, thanks. Am I sad about leaving Japan? Maybe I am.
It had been almost a month since everything had happened. But that month had passed in an instant. Too much had happened during her stay in Japan. It might take her far longer than she'd spent on those islands to process it all.
What should I do when I get back to the lab? Well, I don't know what's going to happen to the research anyway.
Loss of Dr. Leskinen had thrown the Brain Science Institute into a panic. There was probably going to be a power struggle to see who would get to take over. The scandal with Dr. Reyes had thrown the psychophysiology lab into an uproar. There was talk of shutting down the whole department. Moeka had missed her vitals, so Reyes had survived. The CIA or FBI was probably investigating right now. She didn't know much about it, or care. Malka had survived because of the EMTs that Kursu had called. She'd needed almost a month in the hospital, so she'd had to quit her job temporarily. The article she'd been working on had been cancelled.
Amadeus is really gone, huh?
MAHO's deletion program had worked perfectly. And as a result, the Brain Science Institute's greatest creation, Amadeus, was gone forever.
But it's fine.
That's what she told herself.
I haven't changed. I'm still me, not someone else. Nothing's changed at all. I'll just follow the path I believe in.
Believe. In the past month, Okabe had told her everything. He told her everything about his own story. At first, it was unbelievable. But when she'd seen the real time machine and heard about Steins Gate, she was finally able to believe. More precisely, she wanted to believe. Kursu's final words flashed through her mind.
The world we must reach is real. And we will reach it.
There was no way to know now what had happened then. Amadeus's data was 100% deleted, so she couldn't even check the log. But she did have one theory. Amadeus was a simulation of the human brain. Theoretically, there were no differences between it and the real thing. As proof, it was possible to take memory data from one person and deploy it in an Amadeus, making it behave like a copy of that person. This meant that anything that could happen to the human brain could happen to Amadeus.
If a human's memories from a different world line can be shared across space-time, it would make sense if that Amadeus could experience that too.
There was no way to tell now. It was possible that Amadeus had suffered from a major error before her deletion, and MAHO was interpreting it this way to make herself feel better. Or maybe Amadeus had just come up with something to say to make her feel better. Or maybe MAHO had passed out and been dreaming. Now she would never know. Amadeus was gone forever. At least from this world line.
Well, it's fine. Someday, I'll ask her myself.
Kursu had asked her to believe in what she'd said and in MAHO's own abilities. She'd asked her to believe.
I believe you, Kursu.
She gently laid a hand upon the small bag on her lap. There was a small laptop hard drive inside. It was the one from Kursu's laptop.
Just between you and me, that melody is the same as the login password for my computer.
Just like she'd said, the password for the encryption was the beginning of Mozart's 11th Piano Sonata. The hard drive was filled with information from half-written papers to line after line of keywords that she hadn't even turned into ideas yet. Of course, there was the time machine paper too. She'd already given Itaru a copy. Once she got back home, she was going to go over it thoroughly herself.
Time machine, huh? I'm going to make it real. I'm going to save her. My Amadeus.
The scenery outside the window began to move. The plane was moving down the runway for takeoff.
Goodbye, Japan. I'll probably be back. No, I know I will. I wonder if I'll see Kyomahoin then. Well, even if he's still acting like a whiny loser, I'll smack him and wake him up.
She had a lot to do. Her life was about to get very interesting.
Oh no, I forgot to turn it off. Just a little. It's about time for takeoff. You have to turn the phone off during takeoff. Then you can't see this, can you? Should have sent it earlier.
Sorry.
It wasn't for a very long time. I had so much fun with you. See each other again someday, for sure.
Thanks.
I'll send you lots of ride messages, so send me lots back, okay?
Thanks.
Alright, later. Bye-bye. See you again, Maho. See you soon, Mocha.
Oh boy, there we go. We have reached the end again. Another end. Okay, that one was interesting. Wait, this is a different ending song than the other ones, I think. Fuck, I don't know. Okay. Wait, let's listen for a second. I think they used this in the anime. Actually, I'm quite sure that they used this in the anime. Yeah, because there was like a... Excuse me while I have a seizure, apparently. There was an interim, like a split between the first and the second half of the anime. And they used this for the the credit cap song thing. You know, that's a science word right there. Okay. Well, can I... Oh, lordy. I skipped the whole thing. So I really liked that. It feels... That one felt more like one that would loop back around into the true ending, like, storyline than the others. Like, the others felt like possible features. That one almost felt canonical. I think we're probably going to leave it there. I don't really want to start and then get only like a few minutes into the next storyline from here. But what I'll do is I'll get to the divergence point at the start of the next episode, and then we'll go from there. But for now, that was Twin Automata. So thank you all so much for following my playthrough of Steins Gate Zero, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.